Hey guys, thanks for stopping on in for today's NBA pick video play for November 14th, 2017. To get all of our NBA plays, you can access those over at stumpthespread.com, linked down in the video description. And be sure to click that subscribe button on our YouTube channel. So we have 3 contests on the board today in the NBA. We're going to be talking about this one here in the state of Texas between the San Antonio Spurs and the Dallas Mavericks, and who we feel has the better betting edge here today against the spread. So the Spurs coming in as about 6-point favorites here on the road, and on the year, this is a Spurs team that's standing 8-5 overall. They've been having to deal with a lot of injury concerns, which has certainly slowed this group up a bit, but still a tremendously coached team. They almost always take advantage of these matchups against the weaker teams that they go against. We saw that in the Spurs' last outing, which came at home against the Chicago Bulls, and the Spurs bounced back from that disappointing result against the Milwaukee Bucks. They went on to beat the Bulls by a final of 133-94, and it's actually been more of a concern Spurs offensively so far this year. They've been putting in the work defensively and still rank very well over there, but it was encouraging to see the increase in offensive production that we saw from the Spurs in their last win against the Bulls. And if that can continue to carry on over for the Spurs into their upcoming schedule, they continue to add on to that win total. But the Spurs right now, they rank just 22nd in the NBA in scoring average. They're sharing the ball very well, 8th in total assists. We do expect that overall this offense will continue to put up better numbers and continue to climb up that overall ranking number. Given the fact that they share the ball very well, they're getting good shots. They're just not making them at necessarily the clip that we're typically seeing out of these players, but defensively, the efforts there, they rank 4th in the NBA in total team defense, giving up under 100 points per contest, and that's where the Spurs are really going to have a lot of success, especially until they get fully healthy. They know that maybe they don't necessarily have the same firepower offensively until they get all those guys back in the lineup, but defensively they can still bring that consistent effort. Great coach team, and we do expect them to continue to take advantage of the weaker teams, certainly, that they have on their schedule. So today, going on the road here against the Dallas Mavericks, not a whole lot was expected out of Dallas coming into the year. I don't even know if many people felt like the Mavericks would be this bad. They're standing just 2-12 overall. It's not been a good situation thus far for the Mavericks. They're a young team. They're developing. It just hasn't been there in terms of their numbers on both sides of the ball, but particularly offensively, this is just a Dallas team that's had a lot of struggles finding that consistent go-to option on the offensive end. In their last outing, they came up short yet again, losing to the Oklahoma City Thunder by a final of 99-112. And it's just been pretty ugly for Dallas. They know that they're going to have a lot of struggles this year. They're probably going to finish right in the basement of the Southwest Division right now, especially considering the fact that the 4 teams that are ahead of them in the standings are all above 500, so it could get very ugly for the Mavericks this year. They're likely to get a high pick, maybe work their way up in the lottery and get themselves a franchise-type player. That's basically the best-case scenario for the Mavericks. Develop your young guys this year, hope to get a difference-maker kind of player in the draft, and just see where you go from that point on. But it's been rough, and Dallas fans, they're not necessarily used to having these kind of years given what we've seen from this franchise over the past couple of decades. But it's just going to be one of those kind of years here for the Mavericks, especially playing in the very difficult Western Conference. But on the year, this group ranks 27th in the NBA in scoring average at under 100 points per game, 22nd in total team defense. They're plus-minus at about -8 points in comparison to their opponent today, which is about +4. We feel like the Spurs, they're going to take advantage here today of the Mavericks, get those matchup advantages, and really just roll through this one, handling their business, going on to win and cover this spread. So that's going to be our play for today's video, guys. Siding with the road team, taking the San Antonio Spurs, giving those 6 points. And again, to get all of our NBA plays, you can access those over at stumpthespread.com, link down in the video description. And be sure to click that subscribe button on our YouTube channel. Thanks for stopping on in, and we hope to see you guys in future videos. Bye.